Hello and welcome back to our course. Today we are going to be going over the homework for Part 5, Logical Operators. So in order to do this, what you need to do is go to the description and then copy and paste this link into your browser, which we will do together right now. So then you go right here. And if you guys have been following the course so far, you know that we've been doing all of our coding in the browser right here, which is totally fine, but we decided that it is actually better if we do this using IntelliJ. If you need instructions to do that, you can find it in the description notes or right here. Just follow this video and I will walk you through the entire installation progress of IntelliJ. But right now, let's grab the code that we see right here. Let's copy and paste this into IntelliJ and then let's get started with the homework. So all the way there. And then let's go to IntelliJ. And now let's create a new file. Let's call this new file blank homework exercises part 5.kt. And there you go. Once you have copied and pasted it, what you can do is you can go up here, then click on the play button. And then what you should see actually is a hello here at the end. And then you are ready to rock and roll. So what I actually recommend is that you pause the video right now and that you actually read through all of these things right here. All three of them. These are just descriptions of what we are going to do today and what the input should be, what the output should be, what are the conditions that need to be met, stuff like that. So go ahead, read this through, try to do the homework on your own, see if you can actually figure it out. And then when you get stuck and you feel like you need some help, then come back here and we will do the homework together. So as you guys have probably noticed, we are doing lots of stuff with ands and ors and nots in these exercises. So the first exercise is an and-oriented exercise. So what we are going to do is given a list with two inputs, so two strings in the list. What we're going to do is we are going to figure out what we are going to do today. So we are a 12-year-old boy or girl, and we want to write a program that tells us what to do with our day. So for example, if school is out and it is snowing, then snowball fight. If school is out, but it is not snowing, then just play video games. If it is just snowing, then look outside the window from your classroom. So things come in via the list. We need to meet certain conditions, and if those conditions are met, then we return certain strings. So how we actually solve this one is it's always a good idea if you have an and condition, or actually it's a great idea to always prioritize what the most important conditions are. That's because if you, let's actually just go ahead and do this. So I'll explain what I meant in a second. So this is actually really similar to the exercises that we did in the previous video. Conditions.contains. So what we are going to do is we need two things to be true. And if those two things are true, then we will return snowball fight, right? And the thing is, if we were to, for example, only look for the condition, hey, it's snowing, and not look for, hey, it's snowing plus, hey, school is out, we would return too early. And so what I mean by that is, so the first condition that we need to look out for is school is out. And the second one is snowing. So if these two conditions are met, then we want to return snowball fight. Okay. And then else, let's just return that normal string right there. So let's rerun this right now. And then what you're going to see is for one of the inputs that we had here, snowball fight was actually outputted. So as you can see here, school is out and it is snowing, therefore snowball fight. So what I meant earlier is, let's say that we only check first for snowing. So let's do conditions dot contains and then snowing. And then this would turn into an else if. We've gone over this before. Okay. And then let's do return. I think it said look outside the window from your classroom. So let's return that. So order really matters. So if we do this right now, what you're going to notice is, yeah. So this one says look outside the window from your classroom. This one says the same thing. Actually, it's a little bit hard right now to discern what's going on. So let's type in just blank right here and then rerun this. That way we know exactly how many times we called this. So we called this 4 times. And the last 2 gave us look outside the window from your classroom. And let's actually just check and see if that's correct. So this one gives you look outside the window from your classroom. And this one also gives you the same thing. But that's wrong because this one actually should say snowball fight. And the reason that's not working is because we need to check for this compound condition, these 2 conditions first before we check for this one. So this one has higher priority, right? So the order here really matters. So what we can do is we can very easily just change this. We can cut this and then paste this right here, turn this into an else if. And then problem should actually be solved. Yeah, great. So for this guy right here, it says look outside the window from your classroom. And then for this guy right here, it says snowball fight. That's exactly what we wanted to see. But we still have a couple conditions that we haven't covered yet. And so those conditions would be, let's take a look. Oh, just school is out. So if only school is out, we also need a condition. So what that means is we need to add another branch here. So conditions contains and school is out. And then don't forget about the else case right here. So if none of those conditions are actually met, we need to also return something here, which can be in this case blank. All right, so for school is out, what did we say? Oh, play video games. Play video. All right, excellent. Let's go ahead and rerun this. So play video games, look outside the window from your classroom, and snowball fight. Let's take a look and see if that's right. School is out, not snowing, should give us, yes, play video games. School is out with nothing, should give you the same thing, also play video games. This guy should give you look outside the window, and this guy should give you snowball fight. All right, excellent. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Let's also verify that if we switch the order, so like if this is snowing, whoa, and this guy is school is out, we should also get look outside the window from your, oh no, sorry, we should also get snowball fight. So let's write 5 there. Let's create a new guy right here. Let's rerun this, and we should have a new one coming up in a second that says snowball fight, correct, because school is out and it is snowing. That is absolutely perfect. All right, it's time to move on now to the second exercise. So for the second exercise, what we are going to do is we are going to create a function that takes in as input a language, and then it tells you a great place to actually learn that language. So if you've read this, then you know that if the input is, for example, let's see, Russian or Ukrainian, we want to return Odessa, Ukraine. If it's Italian or German, Tyrol in Austria, Italy. And then if you want to learn English, then California, USA. And if you want to learn something different, then return the internet. So this is actually an exercise in ORing. So let's go ahead and bite right in. So, okay, let's take a look at the conditions. So it says, if you want to learn Russian or Ukrainian, so if the language is Russian or Ukrainian, then move to Odessa, Ukraine. So let's just go ahead and do that right away. So if language equals to Russian, or language equals to Ukrainian. All right, looking good. Then let's return, and let's just be super lazy and copy and paste because nobody likes to watch somebody type. That is not very exciting. It should be Odessa, Ukraine. The next one that we are going to look out for, I believe, is German or Italian. So if language, let's just copy and paste this here because we are very smart developers and we like to save time. So if a language is Italian or German, this is a really neat town actually because they speak both Italian and German. Then we want to return, and then let's just copy and paste this guy right here. Okay, excellent. Else if now it's English. So just English, not like English or Yiddish or something. Then return California, USA. Looking really good. Great job so far. And then the fallback is actually going to be kind of sarcastic. The internet. So the internet. And then if we rerun this, I think that I have a few examples that should kick in. And excellent, looking good. Actually, what I don't like is I would like some room between these two exercises. So I'm just going to type an extra println right here. And that should create like a nice extra space right here. Yeah, look at that. So for Russian, it's Ukraine. For Ukrainian, it's Ukraine. For Italian, we have Tyrol. For German, we have Tyrol. For English, we have California, USA. And then let's just type some other garbage in. But let me just put it somewhere else. Like, let's just put it right here, just so that you trust me that this actually works. And let's type in, I don't know, Spanish. Now we need to actually run this. So I will type it in here. Language 6, okay. And now it's going to say the internet in second place. Yep, here we go, the internet. So really good job. Now it's time to move on to exercise 3. So in exercise 3, what we are going to do is we are going to use nodding. So I'm not exactly sure if we've gone over this in the course. So if you were not able to figure this out, don't worry about it. Maybe you Googled around and maybe you found out how to actually do this. But what we need to do is if a dog name is not Kitty, then we output, hey, this is a good dog name. And then if it is Kitty, then we output, hey, this is a bad dog name. And you do not actually have to return anything, so you just have to print it out. This requires you to process a list using a for each. You could have also mapped this, meaning transforming the list and then return the list like this. And then you could have printed it out up here. But what I wanted you guys to do is actually to process the list here and also to print out at the same time. So how does this actually work? Well, we need to take the dog names, which is a list. And then we need to perform a for each. In the for each, we know that we want to print stuff out. So let's just type in printing. Wow, my typing is so bad today. Stuff. Okay, really good. Let's run this just to make sure that everything is looking okay. Let's also insert an extra print line, whatever, right here, just to separate it from the rest of the exercises. Yeah, looking really good. So, but now we need to actually output stuff depending on the input. So as you guys remember, if you want to touch a single item in a list, all you have to do is to touch the it. So just type in it plus the arrow. And now you actually have access to this guy right here, which will be one of the individual items in the order that it comes in, meaning we should see Max, Skip, Spot, Kitty, which is the same order as right here, Max, Skip, Spot, and Kitty. But now what we want to do is a little bit of conditional magic. So if the it is not equal to Kitty, then we want to print out, and let's take a look at our message. This guy right here. Dog name doesn't actually exist here. It exists. But what you can do is just switch this to dog name. And then this will also be dog name. And now you can use dog name. You just rename that variable. So, and if it is equal to Kitty, we just type in blah, blah, blah is a bad dog name. And that's pretty much it, actually. Oh, we need to actually print this out. And let's go ahead and run this. Yeah, so Max is a great name for a dog. Skip is a great name for a dog. Spot is a great name for a dog. Kitty is a bad name for a dog. Look at that. Well, really good job with the exercises, guys. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I would be super glad and happy to elaborate on anything that you guys are confused about. All right, see you next time. Bye.